You have to file the tax return. There's no advantage or disadvantage. I don't prefer the single member LLC.
What kind of challenges they can face as a single member LLC?
Hello everyone, Irfan is back, the CEO of Tax Magic, with the today's hot topic of business tax preparation. So we will discuss in depth, in detail regarding the business tax preparation. We have some topics here. So would you like to ask any question so I can,
First of all, I would like to start with the company formation.
okay,
How to choose
the entity type.
entity
I
types
see,
of
I see. Entity type, yes. I have in my 22, 23 years of experience, I have realized most people who are dealing with their business tax return, instead of most of them, I'm not saying everyone, that they just follow word of mouth when people say, oh, start LLC. So people, they just start LLC, single member, which I personally, I don't prefer the single member LLC for some disadvantages.
Why? Your choice is
Well,
different. Why?
because if you have earnings in there, you'll have to pay self-employment tax.
Right.
And then with the single member LLC, what happened is there is, usually when you are multiple member LLC, you can file zero return easily. But with single member LLC, it's a little bit challenging technically filing zero with IRS. Okay, it's a little technical, not difficult. I should not say the difficult part. So that's one thing. And
What
second,
kind of challenges they can face as a single member LLC?
well, single member LLC, if the numbers are bigger, they have loans, they have a balance sheet. So with the single member LLC, single member LLC is usually calculated on form Schedule C.
Right.
Schedule C is attached with individual tax preparation. So it's a form that gets submitted with 1040. It's an individual tax return.
Right.
So that is the challenging part, is if your single member LLC has not much to deal with the balance sheet, you're fine. But the moment there is a balance sheet requirement, or your earnings are exceeding $250,000 and above, then there is a requirement by the state, especially state of California, that you have to include balance sheet. With single member LLC, it becomes a little challenging. So I always prefer to go with a multiple member LLC or S-Corp. It all depends.
S-Corp.
It
Okay,
depends
yes.
on the.
But again, don't you think a single member LLC can receive loan easily from bank and financial institutions?
Well, see, let me tell you something about. See, these are the wrong perspective that people have. See, what you're thinking, using tax to get the loan. No, tax return is not for that. You're not preparing the tax return to get the loan. You're preparing tax return to kind of, include all the income and pay the appropriate taxes. Loan is something different.
Like suppose you are maintaining your income statement, you are maintaining your balance sheet, so that will help you to get loan from easily.
See, again, the loan is not the topic. See, when you say loan, you're just going somewhere else because it has tax. I mean, yes, you use tax document to support your loan application, but you're not filing your tax return to keeping in mind that, oh, I need a loan, so how should I file? No, then this is not how
So
it works. You just have to focus.
what kind of advantage an individual can get after into the single member LLC?
See, again, this is what most taxpayer has in mind. The question that you're asking me, advantages. Filing tax, there's no advantage. It's a compliance.
Right.
You have to file the tax return. There's no advantage or disadvantage.
Right.
You make money, you have to file the return. Bottom line. The tax return gives you an advantage once you file it in your immigration when you're filing for citizens.
Suppose an individual has decided to start up their business
Yes.
and enter into the like S-Corp or C-Corp or
Any
whatever.
entity, yes.
So any entity. So now tell us what is the procedure to get into the startup and
Oh,
doing
yes. To
business.
start the company, it's a simple procedure.
What basic documents they need to require
The
to start
the
a
very
business?
basic documents you need is to acquire any professional services, you can go online and find many companies that they will help you format the company. But what I would recommend is, if you have a tax professional, use them. Like for tax magic, we have a separate department. And then, company formation, you might find a lot of company, a lot of people out there, they're doing it. But with us, the benefit is we provide consultation. We have CPAs, a team of CPA and expert like you. So I pull in when we are basically starting helping a client, helping a taxpayer. So I don't just simply follow that client comes in and say, hey, Irfan, I want to file my company and here you go, my documents, here's the money, go ahead and prepare the company for me.
Right.
Usually, this is not all of the professionals do that, but with me, I interrogate a bit. I try to instigate, I try to ask, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I just go through the questionnaire to make sure that whatever client is planning for their company, so it is for the long term, not for the short term, and then they get stuck.
Again, an individual has started the business with single
Started the
member,
company.
started
Yes.
the company with
Yeah.
single member LLC.
Yes.
And if suppose a consultant give them an advice to
Switch it.
switch the
Yes, you
company
can. It's
from S
easy.
corp to C
Yeah,
corp,
it's
so
easy. You can do that. See, this is where our expertise comes in.
yes.
This is where we come in. This is why I have this tax talk for this tax season. I would like to advise all of the taxpayers who are listening or watching my show, consult with a professional
Right.
who has expertise. So now, speaking of expertise, I'll tell you my expertise in our team. We have a team of 25. We have CPA, we have myself, and so I have personally expertise of business development, business structuring, and tax preparation, accounting, and IRS and sales tax audits. This is my expertise, and within our team, we have like yourself, you're our accounting experts, and then we had Ali. He's customer service. He's very good at supporting the client, and then we have marketing team also. So time to time, we have these team, and also one more thing, and anyone who does not have an idea how to structure it, we can also help them structuring it, provide marketing support also.
What? Right. Right. uh, Come back to the same topic. If a company, a single member or S corp or C corp wants to file the return,
Uh-huh.
so what documents and what procedure do they need to follow? Again, do they
I
need to
think you love single member too much. You keep going on the single member. Well, let's move on to the multiple members. Let's move on, because single member we pretty much discussed it.
Yes.
So the document, okay, once again, when it comes to documents, it's very, very hard to determine on the tax professional end. Okay, it is the,
Obviously, income statement,
yeah, we
balance
don't
sheet,
know what type
profit
of
and loss.
yes. So we have to go through the questionnaire. And once again, speaking of the documentation, there are times, some client they really get upset when you ask too many questions or multiple times. I had a situation when I asked the question, the client initial questionnaire, hey, what do you do? How you're doing it? How you're conducting your business? Do you have a profit and loss or not? And then I passed that information to my CPA, my colleague. And then he started asking questions. The client was upset. Why are you guys repeating? So, I want to tell those taxpayers that it is always, you should, I mean, taxpayers should appreciate as many as question, as many as time. They should not be get reluctant to answer, even multiple times, because we are dealing with, sorry, go ahead.
How much the bank statement
Yeah,
make
so
a
I'll come to that, but let me finish this part, because asking question is a key thing. Because if more than one time we ask question, so the taxpayer have to understand that we are dealing with, during the tax season, we are dealing with thousands, not just one or two. So it is hard for us to remember every single tax payer's information, and sometimes we do remember. But again, to verify, to make sure that we are on the same page, we ask a question. So the taxpayer should not get offended, because it's in your best interest to provide the information, even though it's multiple times. So never get reluctant, never get upset, never get offended that why somebody's asking multiple times, because we have to, sometimes we have multiple tax returns we are working on. So there's no harm. It's in best interest of the tax